Is Bright MLS changing the rules of the game and trying to come after your business? That's the question I'm going to answer today. Hey, what's up guys? Dan Lesniak here from the HyperFast Agent, and you probably have seen this already, but it's been in like Inman News and all over the place. Washington Post, Bright MLS just announced a huge change. They're going to try and ban off-market listings, ban coming soons. A lot of realtors are up in arms. So what's the deal here, and what do I think? Well, over the last 3, 4, 5 years, sellers have been listing their homes in public, places such as Zillow and Trulia and Facebook, you name it, right? And real estate agents have been trying to get the word out about their listings before they actually go live in the MLS. And sometimes they do this with, the sign, of course, that says coming soon. Sometimes with a Facebook ad, a blast to realtors, or they talk about it in their office, or tons of different ways to do this, right? And before we get into what the change in Bright is and what I think about it, let me just talk about why you would do this, or why would a seller want to advertise their home for sale before they're ready to put it in the multiple listing service, right? There could be a ton of reasons for this. One, maybe the seller is buying a new construction home that's going to be ready in 6 months, right? So they know they need to sell their home. They know that they need somewhere to live though for 6 months. So what's one way to do that? Well, put it out there as a coming soon. See if other agents might have a buyer that's willing to write a contract that for a long-term close, or have a rent back, or whatever the deal is, right? Because they know that their home is they got to sell it in 6 months so they can move into this new construction home that's being built. But why waste the time, right? If they wait until a month before, or 2 months before, they're not getting any exposure. So why wouldn't they want to expose that home to other people without burning days on the market in the MLS, right? Right? That's a valid reason for why you'd want to do it. What's another one? Maybe they want to test the price. Maybe they're going to list it in 4 weeks, and they kind of have an aspirational price or a dream price, and they want to throw that number out there and test the market and get feedback before putting it live in the MLS. What's an example of this? Maybe the last comp says 950. The market's moving up. They don't know how far it's moving up. Maybe their aspirational price is 980. So they test it. By testing it, it gets exposed. Motivated, real estate agents that the listing agent and other agents that see it, they bring motivated buyers, right? And let's say they bring 10 motivated buyers and they all say, no, price is too high. Well, now the seller takes that feedback. Instead of listing the home at 980, they go for 959 when they hit the MLS, and boom, it sells. So that's another reason they may want to do this. The seller might not want a bunch of showings in their house, right? That's another reason they might not want to list it in the MLS. Maybe they're old, maybe they're sick, maybe they got people they're taking care of, or they're a celebrity, right? There could be a host of reasons, right? So that's the deal with why you would want to do these coming soons, why you might not want to list a home in the MLS. Now the MLS has the widest syndication, so there's pros of getting it out there, of course, you're getting it in front of tens of thousands of agents, but there are tons of agents that have gotten amazing results for their clients through coming soons, through off markets, and there's a lot of sellers that have extremely valid reasons to do this, okay? And like anything, coming soon, off markets is a tool, right? A tool is not bad or good. A tool can be used for bad or good, right? As an agent, you could use a coming soon or an off market to try to get a pocket listing and double into it. You could, right? And there's some agents out there that probably do that. But again, it's just a tool. Some will use it for good, others might not. that doesn't mean that you just throw the baby out with the bathwater, right? Like old school methods of marketing that old school agents use, right? Those are a tool. And the decision to exclusively use those by a listing agent is a tool. Maybe they think in that price range that is the best and only way to do it. Therefore, their intent is good. Their use of the tool is good. But maybe this old school agent who only uses old school methods, maybe they're just not comfortable learning a new trick. Maybe they are not comfortable learning new ways of marketing, or they're too lazy to learn new ways of marketing, right? So they're pushing their seller to just use old school marketing methods out of their own lack of desire for growth, their own need of security of doing it how they've done it for 30 years, right? So like old school marketing, again, is a tool. It could be used for bad or for good. So all of these things are tools. So just to put a policy in place that directs how the relationships with sellers, with buyers, and their agents is questionable, I think. So here's the deal on the new Bright MLS rule. It requires a listing agent who takes the listing, you got to put it in the MLS within 1 day of doing public marketing. Public marketing, is going to include a sign, a postcard, a Facebook ad, an email blast, anything the public sees, right? You got to put it in the MLS within 1 day, or you get a $5,000 fine, right? So they're serious about this. They're serious about this. Now there is a process where the seller can waive the right or waive the prohibit it from being disseminated into Bright MLS. So similarly, like on the coming soon addendum that a lot of people have been using, the seller can check whether or not they want it in the MLS during the coming soon time. Well, now Bright MLS has added an additional waiver that must be signed if the seller does not want it going into the MLS. So for agents out there that are wondering what happens if the seller wants time before going in the MLS, there's this waiver option to potentially look at, and I don't fully understand or know, and no one really does yet, the implications of that, how it will work, right? This announcement kind of came out of nowhere, surprised a lot of people. There's been a lot of discussion about it. But here's the one thing I do know. The people who are performing at the highest level, selling the most homes, are going to go out, find ways to keep on doing that. They're going to, whatever rules are thrown at them, whatever changes in the industry are thrown at them, they will overcome and adapt. They always do. The people that are selling at a high level are going to continue to do that within the system, within the rules that are thrown, within the within the playing field. The people that are not selling, they're gonna come out and say, "Oh, Bright did this, Bright did that." They're the same people that want to blame Trump, want to blame Obama, want to blame the economy, right? They find excuses, while the winners and the people that are selling at a high volume, they find results. So at the end of the day, this all comes down to the age-old question: do you want reasons or do you want results? You gotta pick one. That's it. Let me know in the comments, what do you think about the changes that Bright MLS is doing, and how are you gonna adapt? Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, please give us a thumbs up, hit that like button, leave us some comments. We want to know your feedback, and share this with someone that you think could benefit as well. And if you want to see more great videos, click this playlist up here, or better yet, click right here to subscribe and turn on post notifications so you don't miss any of our updates.